Field test, guys. 600 millimeter F4. Is it worth it? Is it the ultimate wildlife lens? All right, guys, thanks for joining me. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. If you're coming back, thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm laying in the dried out mud here on the sides of the Indian Creek Reservoir just outside of Boise, Idaho. I'm photographing blackneck stilt. They're right there. So why all the camo? I'm sure these birds see me walk up. They see me a mile away. They fly off, and they're not, I'm not fooling anybody when I walk up here in camouflage. But the strange thing is, the moment I lay down and I get still, it's like they forget that I'm here. I just blend in with the grass. I have to remind myself sometimes that these birds, they've got bird brains. They're not the top of the food chain for a reason. God, there's so many birds here. It is hard to sit and watch. I thought it would be a good idea to make a video while I'm doing the shooting. Problem is, I can't pay attention long enough to the real reason I'm here is to give you some honest feedback on the 600 millimeter F4. Full disclosure, I'm not rich, okay? I can't afford to spend $13,000 on a brand new prime lens. I had to show a little patience with this thing. I watched the internet for months. So what I'm shooting on is the 2007, maybe 2008 model 600 millimeter AFS II. So what's the difference between this used one and the new AFS VR FL ED lenses? Well, number one, the weight. This one's 10.5 pounds. The older ones are roughly 8 pounds. So that 2.5 pounds, it doesn't sound like a huge difference, but it can start to grate on you a little bit. But even the smaller one that weighs a couple of pounds lighter, you're not walking around hand holding this thing. Typically, you're going to have a tripod or a monopod. So I figured if I'm carrying a tripod or a monopod, why not save myself roughly $7,000? The second thing is this one is the last version before they came out with VR. It still has the same AFS motor. AFS II is what it's called. It's so hard to concentrate. I've got avocet right there. Blackneck stilt, a duck swimming up. What is that? VR is fantastic when you're shooting in extreme low light, or even if you're hand holding. I've shot this one, the older one, all the way down to 1/50th of a second on this tripod, and I've gotten great images. Now, could I have gone to 1/10th of a second with one that has VR? I don't know. I don't know if I'm willing to pay an extra $7,000 $1,000 to figure that out. As far as image quality is concerned, I've used the new ones. I've rented them. I can look at pictures that I've taken with the D850 with both the newer one and this used one. I can't pick it out. I can't pick out the difference. You're not going to own a camera like this without a lot of support equipment. First things first is a tripod. You're going to need a big sturdy tripod. I went with the Benro Mach 3. It's the 47mm. Big sturdy tripods are a must. Second thing are these gimbals. Wimberley it's the standard, and that's what I went with. I've got a gimbal head for the tripod. I've also got a gimbal head for my monopod. Bottom line, you're not going to be hand holding this thing, and if you do, it's not going to be for very long. This lens is all about image quality. It's not just about the sharpness of the lens, it's about the way the background falls off. It's about the way you get compression in the foreground. You just can't get that at this level with one of those $1,500 Sigmas or Tamrons. Now, am I downing the Sigma or the Tamron? No, not at all. I mean, you can carry that lens around, you can get great images out of it, but it's that little something extra that just takes this thing to the next level. So if you want one of these AFS II versions, you better put some alerts out, you better call KEH Adorama, anybody you can, and let them know you're looking for it. I bought this one about 6 months ago. I've seen one come on the market since then, and I know who bought it. So there's other older versions, the AFD version. I've shot that in the 400mm 2.8. I've got to say, the autofocus is not nearly as fast on the old AFD versions as it is on the AFS versions. If you can afford to spend the extra $2,000, wait for the AFS version. It's definitely worth it. I keep switching from picture to video mode. When I'm in video mode, I'm in manual focus. I forget that I was in video mode. I get ready to capture one of these birds flying in, not focusing at all. God dang it, I'm such an idiot. I missed the most beautiful series of 3 of those black-neck stilt just coming in. I'm getting some great shots though. So the big talk in the camera world right now is autofocus. I gotta tell you, man, this thing focuses lightning fast. I wish there was some test I could do. Man, there's tons of that crap out there. Look, just take my word for it. I'm gonna show you some images of birds flying in. This thing it grabs it. It grabs it immediately. I'm talking nanoseconds. People go on and on about all the eye focus and all of this new technology that's supposed to make you 1,000 times better. I get incredible images out of this Nikon D850. The autofocus system's quick, it's sharp. Now, could I benefit from auto eye focus all the time where I just point the camera over there and it picks out a subject and it starts tracking the eye? Yeah, that sounds fun. The problem is I start to wonder, what does the camera need me for if it's going to do all that stuff? I don't think that all that stuff is necessary. If you're in the right autofocus modes, regardless of the camera you have, you're going to get great bird and flight shots. It's so funny when I move my head and start talking into the camera, all the birds kind of stop and look over here. Goofy. Well guys, that's it. I got all the good light. Beautiful birds, beautiful sounds. I'm just relaxed. I feel so good right now. Thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. The 600 F4 is fantastic. I love this lens.